You strike a pad on the MPC, and instead of a 16-bit drum sample, you hear the rich resonance of a high-quality virtual piano. Looking at the rear panel of the MPC, take your first 5-pin MIDI cable and plug it directly into the port labeled MIDI Out A. The MPC has two independent output ports, A and B. Plugging into port A specifically is a crucial detail. If we assume the signal is coming from B later, the routing will fail. Take the opposite end of that same MIDI cable and plug it into the MIDI in port on your computer's audio interface. If you prefer playing melodies on a keyboard rather than tapping drum pads, you can take a second MIDI cable from your keyboard's output and plug it into the MPC's MIDI in 1 port. With the cable seated, the physical hardware pipeline is open. Performance data can now transmit from your hands directly to the computer. Now we move to the digital environment. Go ahead and open up your preferred DAW. Here in the DAW interface, create a new virtual instrument track. Then load up any high-quality software sampler or synth plugin onto that empty track. Next, click the Record Enable or ARM button on that specific track. This tells the software to actively listen for external incoming data. Check the track's input settings and verify that it is explicitly set to receive on MIDI channel 1. Your computer is now locked onto channel 1, waiting for the MPC to send the command to play a note. Return to the MPC hardware to configure how it sends that outgoing signal. Navigate to the MPC's main screen. Locate the track type field and turn the data wheel to switch it from drum to MIDI. Move your cursor down to the device and channel parameter situated directly below that type field. Change this value to 1A. The number 1 ensures the data travels on MIDI channel 1, matching our DAW setting. The letter A tells the MPC to route that data out through physical port A, matching our cable connection. It is time to test the pipeline. Strike a physical pad on the MPC. You should instantly hear your DAW's virtual instrument generate sound. If you hear the synth, the initial connection is successful. Your MPC is now actively controlling the software host. At this point, you will likely encounter a frustrating issue, the double trigger. You hit a pad, and you hear both the computer synth and an internal MPC drum sample playing at the exact same time. To fix this, press Shift and 9 on the numeric keypad to access the hidden MIDI sync menu. Now, locate the parameter labeled Soft Through. Alter the Soft Through field as track setting solves the problem. It forces the MPC to filter outgoing signals by track selection. Select a MIDI track, data travels only to the DAW. Select a drum track, it travels only to the internal sampler. Applying this simple fix isolates your audio and guarantees clean sequencing without any overlapping sound bleed. With the setup complete, the workflow becomes completely fluid. You can sequence a heavy software bass line on track 1, then instantly cursor over to track 2 and lay down internal hardware drums in the exact same pocket. Because the MPC features 2 distinct output ports with 16 channels each, this setup scales up to support 32 simultaneous software instruments. Your computer now handles the project management. You can stack, recall, and store complex instrument and effect chains in the DAW, far exceeding the memory limits of the hardware. This configuration successfully transforms the computer into a massive sound module while preserving the specific rhythmic character and tactile workflow of the 2000 XL. If you found this configuration guide helpful, hit subscribe. If you run into any specific routing questions for your particular DAW, drop them in the comments below, and we will help you troubleshoot.